Oh, and we're live. Happy Monday, dude.
I'm alive.
It's a super special occasion. I mean, it's a Monday. We never go on a Monday.
We never have gone on a Monday yet. No.
Well, I guess we haven't until now. And holy crap, dude, a lot of stuff happened this weekend. We've got tons of things to talk about. Tons of
that
things.
Doesn't even include Vegas, but yeah, let's get into it.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well,
by the way, I got a nice reel coming. I'm going to tag you, and we're going to make that FOMO meter go up here, okay?
Just a little bit. Should I call Josh? Should he be on alert now? Should he be should Aaron be concerned?
Josh, yes. I'm going to DM Josh my reel and say, Josh, this needs to be your next.
This is your damn FOMO. All right, everybody, let's get rolling. Here we go. Man, hey, to the beautiful people joining us here tonight, guys, thank you for making it out.
How's it going?
Greatly appreciated.
Really quick, before we get into this, Funhouse, Desire, Mantis, Blue Lantern, Gabriel, Mikey, Posh, and I believe La Cruz.
Yep,
you guys. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, guys.
Always love you guys. Thank you for making it out. So, dude, before we drop all of our links in the chat, let's start off with something that's kind of bothering me. I'm sure it's bothering you too. But Amber Heard.
Which thing?
Yeah, which thing? Where to begin? Where to start? DC. Let's start with DC in general. I mean, we've talked about Ezra until we're blue in the face. We've talked about Ezra all the time. And so I'm just coming to peace with it that he's something that they're hopefully going to handle after the fact. But they've had plenty of time to handle Amber Heard showing up at CinemaCon in the Aquaman trailer.
I'm dumbfounded.
I'm perplexed, bro. I'm perplexed.
I don't understand it. And I still don't understand why Disney has kind of gone out of their way to just cancel the Pirates of the Caribbean. What is so hard with just saying you're sorry, bringing in that man known as Johnny Depp and making things right? You know what I'm saying?
I bet they have, but Johnny's Johnny at the end of the day. Johnny doesn't need the work. Johnny doesn't need work. Johnny's fine. And I think he's just so burned by it all. He's just like, nah, I'm out. And in my opinion, Disney's learned their lesson, and that's the reason why they're treating the entire situation with Jonathan Majors the way they are, right? They're waiting. They haven't made a move right now. I mean, while everybody else and their mom is dumping Majors, they've waited. To me, Disney learned a lesson. Disney's learned a lesson. I think Warner Brothers DC has not. I don't think they've done anything, to be totally honest, because I mean, Disney learned when they got James Gunn back. They came back, they apologized. They're like, hey, we want you back. We're going to bring you back. This fairness thing was stupid. Disney's proven that they can learn a lesson and they can move forward. Right. And James Gunn did great from that entire situation. Obviously, there's just really no concern for Johnny to be like, I need another Pirates Caribbean movie. Like I need a hole in my head. Anyways.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Since after that court case, and those that don't know, it's probably the most televised court case in human history.
Since OJ. Since OJ.
But since Johnny got acquitted of his charges, didn't she get charged? Wasn't she?
I mean, there was the inverse. They were basically suing each other, right, in court.
But, long story short, it kind of turned out that she was the abuser.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Well, they found that he was not guilty, and everybody understood what a bee she can be. But here she is. She is still in Aquaman 2. She's still in it, and they're having a baby.
Now is keeping two people who are legally in the wrong.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They got him in their movies. And
I,
what's probably the most perplexing side of it to me too, not only is she still involved in it, but also now Jason Momoa is distancing himself from the movie. I don't know if you've heard this, but Jason Momoa said that they've changed the treatment of the movie that they created, right? So even Momoa is kind of like, before all this happens, I'm going to step back and say, like, this wasn't the movie I intended it to be. They made some major changes between Juan and everybody at Warner Brothers for what Momoa proposed. And now here we are with this whole Amber Heard situation still being in the movie. I think this movie is going to bomb. I think Momoa already distancing himself from it. They've kept Amber Heard in it. They're probably just like, we don't even have the money to care about recasting Emilia Clarke as this character. Let's let it ride and hopefully cut her out as much as possible.
it's a little concerning that they're willing to go forward with like an Ezra and
Yes,
what's her name? I can't even
Amber.
Amber Heard.
Amber. Yeah.
But yet they were willing to can a Batgirl movie
Yeah.
that nobody saw that apparently cost them hundreds of millions of dollars.
$200 million.
Clearly, it's not about the money. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't understand either. And, considering James Gunn has all these big, huge plans and they're just like, well, we made it. We may as well let it go. I would just let it go to freaking HBO at this point. Granted, I guess that you need to make some money out of it somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know. But the Amber Heard thing is absolutely perplexing to me, and I can't really get past it right now.
But then it's not a secret. Jason Momoa is probably going to play Lobo, and this is probably his last time we'll see him as Aquaman. Honestly,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't.
Should have been.
Aquaman was a poor man's Black Panther, in my opinion, anyways. I mean, he was cool in the Justice League, but I think as a standalone movie, I didn't care a lot.
He's a poor man's Namor. That's what he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what he was in the comics to begin with. Namor was well before Aquaman. But since he got in there first with Atlantis, that's how he got tucked to Colin or whatever it was. But that's Black Panther too. But I still feel like at the end of the day, they were trying to go for Black Panther and it didn't really hit. So I wasn't a super.
There you go. Look, there's the secret to getting casted. Mikey Comics. So just got to kidnap someone, take a dump in someone's bed, and you'll get cast in a DC flick. Boom. There you go.
And don't forget about the jar of cocaine. A jar of cocaine. Gotta have a jar of cocaine. I love the meme that somebody had where it shows like him holding up this jar of sand from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, and there was a jar of cocaine, and you just hear him like, this one.
Why's all the coke gone?
I just die laughing every time I've seen it. But okay, moving. I totally get it. They're obviously going for something that we don't know about, but man, I'm ready to let James Gunn retake over because DC is a hot mess. I want to see the Flash so bad, but I am absolutely already out after what Momoa said himself, and now we know Heard's still in it. I am absolutely out on Aquaman 2. I will not lie. Absolutely out.
I'm not going to go to the theater. That's what you're asking.
Oh no, that's a 100%. Maybe even then when it comes to video. I wasn't in a rush to see the first one. I'm definitely don't care if I'll see the second one. That to me, that's like a Morbius. It's feeling a lot like Morbius 2, but the water version. So I'm letting it go. Though in other big news, though, we do have something that could have a lot of impact, and I haven't heard anybody really in the community talking about it right now. And maybe that's just because we're all hoping that in these next 2 hours we get some resolution. And anybody in the chat that's seeing something that we don't, please let us know. But as of this very moment, there is still no agreement with the Writers Association, Writers Guild of America. And that means that we could have a possible strike in the next few hours.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about that. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, that will affect every Marvel, every DC, every television show. I mean, I don't care unless it's done by tonight. And, we've got until midnight, like Legion of Paper is saying, we could have some big ramifications on the things we're trying to do, and especially on the Marvel side. I mean, DC, we know that this is going to be a crock pot situation. It's going to take some time to get all that done. They're just starting treatments, but Marvel knows that they've been making crappy movies. Marvel knows. It's not a secret. They're not stupid. Kevin Feige has heard people complaining. Everybody knows.
Well,
So
numbers
they have
don't lie.
gone, well, they've gone out of their way to hire new writers on almost every single project they've got going on right now. There's new writers galore,
And they've
right?
been pushing every project back.
Exactly.
We were supposed to have
Projects,
Blade like 2 months ago.
dude, yeah, and it's not even supposed to start filming now for another month or so. And they just hired another writer from the show that he did where Marshala won a True Detective, from True Detective on HBO. The writer that was on board for True Detective that helped Marshala get his Emmy, that really started getting all of this going for Marshala in many ways, conversationally, since what, 2016. That entire writer is coming now to just punch up the script. And if we have a strike now, that's going to push back a lot of the projects that we were looking at. So yeah, last strike lasted 100 days.
That's
I mean,
insane.
everything.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So during that 100 days, that means no comics or movie development or anything was allowed to
No,
go down.
so in film, right? So when I said comics, I meant like comic book movies, things like that matter to me. Not comics. Doesn't mean comics grinds to a halt. This is the Writers Guild, the Writers Association.
So
I can't
just for
remember the
movies.
exact WGA or whatever the heck it is,
Got
but
it.
it's strictly for film and television, right? Movies and TV. And yeah, they got all the writers from Rick and Morty.
I've been saying this for the longest time. You see that?
Yeah. It would be nice.
There's only one group of individuals that can fix the mess that they created.
Well, to fix the mess that the mess also that the Russo brothers did leave, where it's like, well, we made this really cool thing and it's got a one hell of a giant plot hole of an ending.
It was a great mess, though.
Fix
Think about
it, Marvel.
Highest grossing movie of all time, and it's hands down the reason that a lot of people either came back or got into comics. It's a good mess, but they definitely need to come back
and help fix it
and sweep that shit up.
I'm hopeful that they can pull it together, because in my opinion there's a lot to do. But
don't even tell me this.
We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four.
I'm not going to read this out loud, okay? That's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on that right there.
You don't like it?
Why would I like this?
I don't know. Why would I have no idea who could be Galactus. What are we going to do? Bring the guy from Transformers in to, Optimus Galactus? I don't know.
Nobody should play Galactus. The dude's as big as a fucking planet.
I know, but I guess he's going to have a voice now.
All CGI. I mean, really? We're going to put a human face on Galactus and it's going to be Antonio Banderas?
Well, I mean, human face.
Ice cream.
Let's be honest. It's not going to have a human face. Let's be honest. I mean, Antonio Banderas doesn't care about a human face.
And in all the iterations, animation-wise, that I've heard Galactus speak and the comics I've read and how I imagine him to speak, he basically probably sounds like Zeus.
Could, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they'll CGI him.
Like a deep, godlike figure. Like
they'll CGI it. They'll CGI.
Chad, am I wrong?
Am I wrong? Or comic book
sound like Puss in Boots.
Huh? Yeah, it's gonna look comic book accurate. He doesn't care what Antonio Banderas doesn't care what his character looks like. But I mean, honestly, my biggest thing is right now, all the people that are massively in contention for these huge roles in the Fantastic Four are multi-Academy Award winning actual individuals. But before we get to Fantastic Four, because that's a whole other monster.
I got thoughts about that too, right there.
We know that these movies, Thunderbolts is still being written, Blade still being written, Deadpool 3 still being written, Fantastic Four still being written, all the freaking Avengers movies still being written, Secret Wars still being written. All of those could be delayed as of midnight tonight, however long this goes. All of those, the entire MCU is at stake.
Outside of the Jonathan Majors issue.
Well, that might give him time to clear it up.
Hopefully,
that might give him time to clear it up. I don't know.
Philip, that is a mind buster right there. Read that, Phil. Look at that.
Russo brothers had many other plans for the MCU and couldn't agree financially with Disney. What if they joined James Gunn in the DCU? So, I mean, they've already expressed interest. They're friends with James. they've expressed interest in joining the DCU 100%.
Ah,
And in all honesty, though, too, the Russo brothers as well have said they're not coming back unless it's a project that they want. Right. So at the same time, does their plan fit with Feige's? Who knows? I've got no idea. If Feige is really getting back in the driver's seat, which we obviously need Danny DeVito Wolverine.
shout out
Make
Into the West. I saw them at Amazing Con. Good group of guys.
Oh, good. Freaking
Good
good
group of guys.
dudes right there, man. I had the best time with those guys. We had some great food. It was stupid. Nicest dudes you'll meet, and I highly recommend checking them out. But I'm going to 100% be adamant when I say I am not sure about the Russo brothers and Feige having any plans that are in common right now with all the things that they've already mapped out. I don't know if the Russo brothers want any of this right now. I'm pretty sure they want to see if Marvel can start writing the ship with good writers and make it something that they want to come back to. Because when they came in, Marvel wasn't still up here. Marvel was still going up there. There was every single movie higher. Okay, Thor 2, and then higher. Okay, that was it. And that was the perfect thing to get into. What I'm interested in is the truckloads of money they would have to be throwing at this cast of the Fantastic Four. That movie, to me, the MCU is riding on the Fantastic Four right now. I'm looking at the entire thing.
I disagree. There are two franchises that if they both bomb, we're screwed. And honestly, out of the two, if it was Fantastic Four, we'd be okay. And the other one's the X-Men. Those are the two franchises that literally have been giving people hope and excitement even before we knew about casting, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the two. It's always been Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Galactus, X-Men, Wolverine, Sentinels, Magneto. That's like the saving grace right there. If they bomb both of those, bro, yeah, you put a fork in them, man. They're done.
I think we can't include the X-Men though, because they're not even like 5-year plan. They're not even in the 5-year plan right now. Right? We're still trying to write out all those shitty Fox contracts at the moment. That's what we're trying to do.
And by the way, we'll keep you. Comment, okay? I know he's not going to sound just like Puss in Boots, but I've heard this man act damn near my entire life. His voice is pretty recognizable, and I can't imagine it going to certain tones for a character like Galactus like I would hope it would. Didn't Disney buy the voice rights for life for James Earl Jones? Didn't they? Wasn't that one of the things they bought?
James and Katie Sackhoff.
That's what I'm saying. Use him, okay? You can't tell me he wouldn't be a better voice for Galactus than Antonio Banderas. How about that, chat?
But James Earl Jones isn't dead yet, right?
They
can't use it until he's passed away.
I don't think so. But for
until he's dead,
like that, I'm pretty sure he'd be down.
No, I think he's got some kind of voice
problem. There's a lot of other people
not really able to talk right now. That's just James. That's just James.
Would kill Galactus. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of other people with a deep, hardened voice that would sound godlike.
I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned about the Fantastic Four right now. I feel like X-Men is far enough away that they've got that I can't put too much on that. I would put more on Blade on that. I'm not worried about Ryan. I'm not worried about Deadpool 3. That's basically Ryan's baby. That's everybody's got to stay out of that. Ryan owns that. He's chosen the writers. He's chosen the directors. He talked Hugh into coming back. Ryan Reynolds is taking care of Deadpool 3. Whatever happens at Deadpool 3, everybody else just has to deal with because that's Ryan's bitch, right? So I'm not worried about Deadpool 3 at all. John C. Reilly as Galactus would be cool. I could take that, Matt. But I am concerned with, I would say, Fantastic Four, and secondly, Blade I'm concerned with, but I'm happy concerned because they're bringing in another writer, one that's very familiar with Marshala. But I am mostly interested in who they're casting right now, because the people that are being bandied around as having the offers to, and that's just it. Everybody's saying they've cast this person. No, it just sounds like they've made an offer to these persons. None of these persons have confirmed yet. Not a single one has been confirmed yet. Those are
The
just
Mila
offers out.
Kunis, that was fake news, right?
That was well, it wasn't. I mean, it was real news. It was just somebody made it up first, and then we were all just talking about it, right? So, whatever it was, we'll see. It was true that they are looking for a Jewish actor to play the thing, and it's true that she was interested in the role of Sue Storm. However, neither ended up being for her. The big thing for me is, I mean,
I
we've
just
got an
can't see him
offer
doing
of
that.
Paul Mescal to be Johnny Storm. I mean, you're talking about Academy Award winner. You're talking about Adam Driver to play Reed Richards, Academy Award winner, and
No,
Margot Robbie. I'm okay with Adam Driver. Adam Driver is such a dynamic actor. I'm okay with. I'm
no,
okay.
he doesn't even look like Reed Richards.
I don't know. I'm looking at a picture of him right now with CG that looks. I mean, all he's got to do is cut his hair and put some gray on the side of it. He's
You're fun.
tall. He's lanky.
You're a funny guy.
I'm just there's some things I'm okay with, and there's some things I'm not. Right? Like
I don't like Margot Robbie as Sue Storm either. We were talking about this earlier. It's like okay, what if Hugh Jackman's not coming back in Deadpool and they cast him as I don't know, make up a character. What if they cast him as like Cyclops? It's like, okay, I'm sure he's a great actor. But you know what? When I look at Hugh Jackman, I see Wolverine. When I look at Margot Robbie, you know exactly who I see, and that's Harley.
Barbie.
Okay, I'm never gonna see her as a Sue Storm or anything else. Like, dude, she's Harley Quinn. Done, done, done.
And that would be the question, right? I mean, is this a way to also get back at DC for taking James Gunn? I mean, is that their way of saying like, well, fine, we're gonna steal Margot Robbie, we're gonna steal your Harley Quinn. You wanted to have her for the rest of the DC universe. You wanted to keep her.
Cast her as Rogue then. How about that?
I don't know. I like Kristen Bell personally. I'm a big fan of Kristen Bell.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, Wes, is like it's a blessing and a curse when an actor kills a role like that, an identifiable role like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. This man tried to do Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Doolittle, all this stuff. And
Sherlock Holmes is a hit. Sherlock Holmes is a hit. They're making a third one.
The first one was, I'll give you that.
They're making the third one.
All right, man. That's it. He started killing Iron Man, 100%, and nobody wanted to see him as anything else except Tony Stark. Just like Adam Driver. You look at that man. Who is that guy? Can the chat tell me, please? You know who he is. Whether or not people liked him in that role, he killed that role.
I don't know.
As Kylo Ren.
Well, I think he was. I think Adam Driver can play any role he wants. I'll be honest. I'm impressed by him enough as an actor. He can be anything he wants. I'm just being honest, man. That's the one guy I can see play any role, and he does a good job. He can play an idiot. He can play a genius, and anything. And you're pointing the wrong way. You've got your thing mirrored. I'm over here. I'm over here. But I'm okay. I'm just saying I'm okay with it. It doesn't mean I think he's going to be great. I just think he's a good actor.
I'll take it. I'd rather have a Reed Richards than no Reed Richards, of course. But
I'm just not sure if I liked the next biggest guy was like Penn Badgley. And I'm just not sure if I was that into it. The guy from Her, the serial killer stalker dude, not from Her, from whatever it is, where he's just basically on Netflix. He's a serial stalker or whatever the heck it is. But at any rate, I'm not sure if Penn Badgley is my dude. I'm not sure if that's the case, and
it's not like The Thing has to be a hard casting. Okay. Let's not act like 95% of the time he's not going to be Orange Rocks. Okay.
Yeah. That's an easy one. But I still don't think it should be, I don't think it should have been Mila Kunis.
A better freaking
like of all the outrage, Theo, of all the outrage.
I mean, it's one thing if you do it to Taskmaster, but you do that to Ben Grimm.
No, this is the first family.
We're gonna have some problems here, dude.
This is the first family. And that's to me like that's why I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be perfect fits, because at the same time too, we've had so many bad Fantastic Fours that I was excited about.
Would kill Doom.
Oh no, there's only one Doom.
Who?
Henry Cavill would be the best fucking Doom. Henry Cavill. If you haven't seen the side-by-side comparisons, Doom was a playboy. Doom was gorgeous. Doom was
again
charisma.
You're talking about getting the guy who everybody compares to like Christopher Reeves as Superman.
Yeah, but he's not playing Superman anymore. Is he not allowed to act anymore because you don't
He's
like
allowed
that
to
he's not
act, but
Superman?
maybe he's not allowed to do another superhero movie. How about them apples?
I don't think so. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair, dude.
Of course, it's not fair, but blame him. He killed it.
But that's I don't know.
Who told him to be
I
such a
don't
good
think
Superman?
he was not a good of a he was not as good of a Superman as Christopher Reeve. No, I don't think he
Oh,
was.
come on.
What
For
do you have?
modern day
He had
representation,
he had one movie with
bro,
the Justice League movie. So you're telling me the man that had two movies and didn't even get a full face cameo was such an iconic Superman that he can never play any other superhero? I think you're crazy. I think you're nuts because he's had
maybe,
one movie.
maybe.
One movie. Christopher Reeve had three.
You,
He's Superman.
you know who Henry Cavill should be? You should put him on the back burner, let enough time go by so we don't see him as Superman, and
Yeah.
make that motherfucker Gladiator.
Uh,
Ah,
I mean, we got to
oh,
wait a long time. Then he's gonna be so
oh,
old. I would rather have a guy that could play Doom and be a mature, strong leading man and can actually be
I like
big
that
and
too.
ripped too.
See, I like that
Damn, I
right
think
there.
that's good.
Look at what Legion said.
Yeah, but that means we got to go back to the whole. I think she'd be too old for the role. I think we need a Fantastic Four that can actually be under 40. I think we need a Fantastic Four that's in their early 30s that can actually be in this role for the next 10 years and not have another Tony Stark scenario where we've got a Robert Downey Jr. that's
Well,
in his 50s.
what if they did what they did with Spider-Man, which is okay, there have already been two Fantastic Four movies. We're never going to talk about the one in like the late 80s, okay? But maybe they skip the origin and they're introduced in their 40s and they have Franklin Richards. How about them?
supposedly, supposedly that may happen.
And I'd be okay with that because it's not like we all don't know. They go into space and become who they are. I mean, if you want to skip that part, I mean, I'd be okay with that. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think we ever had a good origin of the Fantastic Four though either. I mean, it's not like Tobey Maguire's origin where he got Spider-Man right and we got the right origin and it was perfect. And then they tried to do it again with Amazing Spider-Man and it was okay. It definitely still hit, but we didn't want to see it a third time. They didn't need to get it right 3 times. They didn't get it right once. Marvel hasn't gotten the Fantastic Four right once. So for me, in my mind,
it's like they deserve it.
They deserve it. There wouldn't be a Marvel if it wasn't for the Fantastic Four. There wouldn't be.
Agree.
There would never be an X-Men. There would never be an Avengers. There would never be any of these things if it weren't for the Fantastic Four. And if we can't get that right, which I think is what Feige has been talking about the whole time, like the Fantastic Four has always been his favorite property. That's always been his thing. That's why I think they're going for all these big, huge freaking dogs. They want to make this the pentultimate, like, we're
like the
back.
next Avengers. Yeah.
We're back. This is Marvel is back. We got it. We're getting it right, everybody. This is us coming out. And we're going up against DC with James Gunn's 10-year plan. That to me is what this casting calls. If this is true, if this is real, we don't know for sure. And again, these are just offers. None of these guys have said yes. Not a single one.
What's up, Comer? Yeah, I agree with that though.
So I mean, if that could be, if that could be cool, if we could actually pull that off, if we could pull off stars of this caliber into the Fantastic Four, which has been a dog show for the last few years, so bad that there's not even a comic anymore, and we're going to convince these kinds of players, that means there has to be an idea and there has to be some serious backing to this movie to make it happen. To get any of these 3 or 4 people we've talked about, has to be pretty huge. That's me in my mind. Because I mean, back when they offered Thor to Chris Hemsworth, nobody knew who the hell he was. At the time, Captain America, Chris Evans was just the guy that did, 90s, softcore, lame comedies plus a terrible Human Torch. Yeah. Chris Evans wasn't who he was. Robert Downey Jr. was coming out of rehab. These were all like reclamation cases, and like, cross your fingers, we can make
the B team.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Scarlett Johansson, there was nobody that was like on the already up, Right. Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four, as far as a property goes, has been nothing but. And if they could convince any of these guys to jump on board, that means this has to be something pretty huge. There's got to be some serious investment going on. and some boatloads of bucks being backed up via truck to these people. I'd hate to see the money that's coming. I'd hate to see the money that's coming. That'd be sick. Can you imagine?
Hugh Jackman's probably getting paid more than all four of them combined for one movie.
Could be. But at the same time, I mean, they might have had to do that just to keep Ryan. I mean, that might have been the thing too. Like they've not made a Deadpool 3 since Fox came over because Ryan's been busy. And it wasn't until, that he made himself unbusy enough to make this next movie that is getting to be made. Ryan's not been a part of the MCU, and he hasn't wanted to be. But now he is. So there's some money. Hugh's only making what Ryan Reynolds is not, So I mean, if you want to talk about the person with the biggest paycheck in the room, it's got to be Ryan right now. Ryan's the new RDJ of the MCU.
I'm 100%. Still upset that Hugh Jackman's coming back, though. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
no. I'm still upset. I was happy at first, but then I thought about its long-term consequences, and I'm like,
there's never going to be a Wolverine.
That sucks.
Yeah, there won't. There won't.
I think
we'll get an Old Man Logan
before we get Wolverine. And no Wolverine in the future, man.
Well, yeah, that's just it. I mean, yes, we'll get X-23, but
it's a little upsetting.
And an Old Man Logan doesn't get me excited either. I don't need an Old Man Logan. I need a regular Wolverine first, and I needed a part of the MCU. Honestly, this is what goes back to what I've said the entire time. Endgame should have been the end. Marvel should have rebooted after Endgame. I'm sorry. I know everybody wanted their Spider-Man movies. I know everybody wanted all this other stuff that should have been, could have been. But however, look what we're dealing with. We own the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and we've not been able to have them for 5 years, even after owning them for 5 years, because of all the crap that's happened from Endgame and the plans that were made after that movie that we've got to get through to get to them. It should have been ended. Endgame should have been the end. And reboot. Do whatever you want. But that, to me, in my mind, that's where Marvel screwed up. Marvel screwed up with the time travel and the Russos getting to do what they did in the movie, and then they had to continue on. They should have stopped. Let the Russos make the movie. 100%. It was a fantastic movie. I loved it. I watch it all the time. But that should have been the end of the MCU.
Everyone keeps saying Danny DeVito's Wolverine. And you know what? That's actually making me think, could you imagine if a lot of the actors that we grew up with were still young? Ooh. And we were able to get Arnold Schwarzenegger as Colossus, or we were able to get I don't know, maybe a Whitney Houston as Storm or some shit. I'm just thinking about all these other actors that we grew up with who are now too old to do these roles, and I'm like, man.
Didn't we look at a list of what if the Avengers existed in the 90s, or the Avengers existed in the 80s? Didn't we look at a list like that at one time?
Or the Avengers? Yeah, we had Eddie Murphy playing Falcon.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Cruise was
Thor.
Tom Cruise was Iron Man.
No, it would have been interesting. And see, that's the thing. He's too old, man. He's too old. You might as well just keep Hugh Jackman. Dude, you can't bring in Keanu Reeves and do Wolverine for the next 10 years, man. It's just too old.
You can't bring Keanu Reeves into many roles left in Marvel right now.
That's why I think he's going to be Silver Surfer. CGI, his voice, not him.
I think he's going to be Revan in Star Wars. I think he's
Ghost Rider.
I think he's going to be in Star Wars before he's going to be in Marvel. Right now.
I could see Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer.
Ghost Rider would work for me, but playing an old Ghost Rider, if they're handing off the keys, if we're getting a different Ghost Rider, then that's just my opinion. But again,
he dies and we get Danny Ketch.
Yeah. I mean, I like what's his name, who has the Charger, the Hell Charger, the new Ghost Rider. With his little brother. I can't remember his name.
Help us out, chat.
The new Ghost Rider with the Hell Charger. Anyways, I guess they're not getting it. But yeah, that's who I would want. That's who I would want to see as Ghost Rider. Yeah, yes, Robbie Reyes. Thank you, Robbie Reyes. I would like Robbie Reyes, and if he is the OG Ghost Rider, and he's kind of they're getting that moment where they're together, I would be okay with that. What's up, Ozzy? I'd be okay with that. What about you? Would that be okay with you? We get a new younger Ghost Rider that we can have for the next 15 to 20 years, and he hands it off like that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but you know me, I'm about that vintage life. So
Well, I mean, he's still technically a part of the MCU. He would
I
just be
mean,
more of like a
as long as the
mentor.
original Ghost Rider gets his due time and
He
some
would be Johnny Blaze. He would have his
yeah.
moment, but he wouldn't have the future state. I don't want to. I'm tired of these older guys that we love that can't take us for 10 to 15 years, like we got with Chris
Oh,
and
that's why you can't cast the Keanu. Like you can't cast an Arnold now, or you can't cast somebody else.
no, that's just it, right? We got these dudes that got to carry us for a while. But Marvel also did say, interestingly enough, that they are done with the long contracts. Remember Feige said this, and it was shortly after Endgame. So this is a harken back. But Feige said he was done with the long contracts, these 10-year plus contracts. They're done with those. So I mean, I
That's
don't know.
blasphemy. You can't even put those two characters in the same sentence. With
Well, I mean,
that
they're
context,
definitely
Gabe,
Midnight Suns, but I don't think I think he deserves more than a one-shot special
bruh,
on Disney Plus. He deserves some movie interaction, in my opinion.
bruh.
Honestly, Disney Plus needs to get more specials in general, but that's like a Silver Surfer versus Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's a
Right,
hell of a
right.
lot more special to me, at least, than and I think Silver Surfer is still something very special. He's definitely what all of mankind would aspire to be. Don't get me wrong. That was the reason why he was created the way in which he was. However, I don't care. I don't care. I want Ghost Rider. So yes, all of humanity should aspire to be this good, but I don't care. I want Johnny Blaze. I do. I do. But Robbie Reyes as the new one going forward, I would be cool with that. Because man, and everybody hated it, but I loved Midnight Suns. And one of my favorite things to do was to bring out the Hell Charger and just drive across the screen and just
Yeah,
mowing everything
and
down.
I can respect that. As much as I like Nova, the OG Nova, I actually like Sam Alexander a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I agree.
There are
Sam
some
Alexander's
new
great.
characters. I'll give you that. There's some that I'm like, okay, I like this one better than the original.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there
At
has been.
most, some.
Well, I mean, Hal Jordan was a better Green Lantern than the first one that was allergic to wood or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember who he was. I mean, but wasn't that some shit? Right?
That's because he and I'm not like the biggest Green Lantern fan, but I know a little bit, but that's because he was like a cartoonist slash like artist, and he had like that imagination that really allowed him to use the ring in a different way.
Yeah. And the only thing that could stop him was wood. I'm sorry. Cosmic powers can do anything. Look out for that tree.
But it makes sense.
Like,
Like
I don't
it's
know.
like imagine if Batman got the ring, what he could do with it as much of a strategist and type of OCD planner that he is, bro. You know what I mean? Like he would.
Yeah, Plus does.
Yeah.
Plus does need a couple of specials a year. They do need to make more specials because their specials have been good. And I think that's when the writers could focus for a minute on one thing as opposed to 100. So to me, in my mind, I think that that's good. But there's something else that's happening with Marvel too that we have to discuss. We have to discuss. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Days away.
I'm not gonna.
Who is most likely? Who do you think is going to live? Actually, that's the bigger bet right now. Who makes it out alive from this movie? Who makes it out alive? That's my question.
I think
Because there's Vegas odds on all of this.
I think 150% Groot goes on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
think Groot is hands down in the clear.
Why
they would kill a character like Rocket Raccoon that kids love, and you can make a crap ton of money off merchandise, and you literally CGI that person. It doesn't matter how old they get, is beyond me. But I think he's probably going to die. But
I think it's only because Groot's already died. Groot's died once already.
Killing Rocket Raccoon is like one of the stupidest things you can do.
Well, it looks like they're doing it. I think James Gunn did.
That is one of the stupidest things a business can do.
Unless that is a red herring.
And you're talking about getting rid of literally one of the best comedic reliefs of the team.
Unless it's a red herring. I don't know. I mean, right
Honestly,
now,
I think Star-Lord dies. I think
yeah,
Peter
I
Quill dies.
think the highest odds right now on death is Drax, followed by Rocket, um, Kraglin, Nebula, Mantis, then Star-Lord, then Gamora, then Groot. So Groot, Gamora, and Star-Lord are the most favored to survive. The most likely to die are Drax, Rocket, and Kraglin. Then followed by Nebula, which looks like Nebula gets her ass handed to her in the most recent scene, anyways, between her and Warlock, which isn't surprising. But he did a pretty good job. But yeah, I
Well,
and from
we
what I've
know
heard,
Drax is out. He said no James Gunn, no Dave Bautista.
yeah. So, but that's why that's a confident gone, right? They're gonna give him his moment, and but Bautista did a good post today, about his, this was the audition that changed his life. This audition, and it shows him auditioning with Chris Pratt as as Drax. It shows like this is the moment that changed my entire life. And he credits Guardians of the Galaxy 100% for that. And that's because obviously he was James Gunn's choice too. I mean, so that's why he's always going to be loyal to James. But he knows that the character of Drax changed his career trajectory, changed his entire life, and he doesn't disrespect that, but he just wants to play roles that are bigger than that. And I can respect that too. And I can see him wanting to get away for that. Um, because he'll never get to be the same thing in the same universe. But I can see Nebula dying, and I can see Rocket dying as well. I can see us losing a lot of people in this movie, dude. But I feel like Gamora, Star-Lord, and Groot might get a happy ending. But I got a feeling they're going to go separate ways. Especially if Rocket's dead. If Rocket's dead, where's Groot going? I don't know. I don't know what Groot does. Actually, that's more of a concern than anything. What happens to Groot with this much of the team gone? The team breaks up. What happens to Groot?
Well, and Rocket was basically his interpreter.
Well, I know, but everybody can understand him now except Gamora again. Every single remember, like in that same thing with Groot, and everybody's like,
Yeah,
"Whoa!"
right.
Like, he cursed, so everybody gets him now. But
What he's saying is like, "Whoa, you got some coconuts on you, boy."
yeah, I know, something like that, like the coconuts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who taught you that? Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That was classic. But that's just it, right? They get him now. They get him. They understand him. It's here. It's happened. And everybody here, please remember, please give us a like, drop a comment. Anybody that's still here in the show, but let's drop a few likes. We are super close to 1,000. So if you're here for the first time, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We would appreciate it sincerely. But yes, I'm
You got
feeling.
some acorns on you.
Yeah, acorns. Yes, thank you. You got some acorns on you, kid. I love that. I love that. But my money's 100%. I think Nebula, Rocket, and Drax are toast. I think those three are toast. And I think Nebula is what's going to bring Gamora around and her loss there. And
Yeah,
Drax
Callie, I can see that. I can see that.
was that. Oh, New Guardians of the
It'll
Galaxy.
resemble like the
Remember the
Infinity Watch.
original
Like
ones.
Adam Warlock will join. We'll get like a Groot,
Yeah.
Star-Lord, Gamora,
I don't
maybe
think Star
Mantis.
Lord. I think everybody else. I think every single one's gone after this. So they've got to either have a happy ending or they're dead. The only one that hasn't said that she's gone is Gamora. But even the girl that plays
Make some
Mantis and
room
stuff
for the
is a different
Star
role.
Jammers.
Yeah, could be. But we
Mm.
can't get them before we get X-Men. So that means it's even farther
Says
away.
who?
Huh?
Says who?
Says me. It doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because
Why?
Starjammers happened
Well,
after
no,
X-Men.
well, here's the thing, and I was thinking about that because you already know the origin, the '60s first class format's been done. You already know Age of Apocalypse, Phoenix Force, Days of Future Past. That's all been done. Really, the only two things that us as fans like really, and I'll say it myself. I can't say everybody. I know everybody likes different storylines and stuff, but I think the only two things left that they could really do that would be like, ooh, would be the Savage Lands, right? And that would be like, oh, okay, well, we got dinosaurs now, like, and that's
Jurassic
like,
Park and Marvel.
I don't know, right? Or If they go the cosmic route, which clearly they are going a cosmic route, and we do like the Shi'ar Corsair Empire, they start battling. You get introduced to the Starjammers, Gladiator, Mojo, all these different types of characters, and then all of a sudden it comes back to Earth, and now we have the X-Men, and now they're going up in there and doing that thing now too, because they spend a lot of time in space.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So I mean, it kind of seems like maybe they're going the cosmic route. Maybe.
I think they should. They need to.
Well, they
Because if
need to
we're
spice
losing
it
the
up.
Guardians of the Galaxy, they've got to get something back to
Don't you
cosmic.
dare come out with the X-Men and do like a first class and lead into Phoenix and like show me Age of Apocalypse. I'm gonna be like, are you serious right now, dude? I'm like, are you serious right now?
It'd be interesting.
It would be dope. It would be dope.
So there is a bet in here too. Which are going to be the first characters to kiss in the movie? Is it going to be Star-Lord and Gamora or Drax and Mantis? I'm looking at the Vegas odds, guys, on everything in this movie. So I'm going through what are the odds that Vegas is dropping on, like, who's going to be the first to cry in the movie, who's going to be the first to die. But so Mantis and Drax, I could see like as a going away kind of situation, like Drax sacrificing himself kind of situation, and maybe that's how he dies. Maybe he finally gets in touch with.
And watch Mantis turns like Omega level. She gets like angry for the first time.
Everybody's sleep.
Touches the planet, and everyone's like under her influence. You know, she just kind of goes like off the rails.
So now we've heard a lot of good things about this. We've heard that this is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. We've heard that from numerous outlets and sources.
Hold on, look. Like that.
Drax dies first. Oh.
No, this. They could have battled the Inhumans in the past and have existed on an asteroid in space waiting for the Terrigen Mist to dissipate on Earth so they could return. X-Men. And I'm like, oh, maybe. Okay.
It would work. You're not wrong. But we haven't had Inhumans yet with anything else, so it'd be interesting. I'd like to see.
And then they can fix the Miss Marvel thing and calling her a mutant.
Yeah, because they didn't know what she was. That could work. I could have that retconned. But what I would say though is this is supposed to be the best movie Marvel's done in a minute because we've been so disappointed lately, and this is a nice swan song for our leaving heroes.
It's like Endgame Part 2.
Yeah, it is. It's good, but this is actually going to have the ending that we don't like. Instead of they're all back and we're all happy, it's minus two big things. Granted,
well, I don't know. I didn't like Iron Man dying.
I know minus two things. Him and Cap, that kind of. I think actually it's ridiculous the endings that they kind of had, but at any rate, Guardians though, with this movie coming out the way it does and all these characters ending the way they are, I just don't know where we're going to be able to, what we're going to have to look forward to in the MCU outside of this. What do we have left?
You know what it'll be? It'll be the next Avengers movie.
Ugh, that's so far away.
I mean, it's far away, but it's going to be, honestly, that is my one thing that I'm kind of excited for, because that's going to have Camilla Khan. It's going to have Captain Marvel. It's probably going to have Doctor Strange, maybe Scarlet Witch, probably Shang-Chi. Maybe they throw in a Moon Knight. Maybe they throw in what's left of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Falcon, Buck. I mean, dude, maybe they throw in Riri. Maybe they throw in Black Panther. Maybe Namor comes to help. Who knows?
But Theo, I mean, like, let's be honest, 60 to 70% of those people that you just named, you've been disappointed in lately.
But my disappointment in them is the
writing. It's the writers.
Storyline that they were introduced in.
Yes. Not the actors.
I like the guy that plays Shang-Chi. I thought he killed it.
Dude, he did. That was still a good movie. That was still a good movie.
I'm one of the few people that say I enjoyed Moon Knight until the end. I like Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight. I did.
No, I think he's a good actor. The 30 seconds we had of him, that was cool. But yeah. I don't know. I dug Oscar Isaac, but then he made it too much of a Doctor
Strange. Imagine nobody knows who Tom Holland Spider-Man is. He just comes whipping in like, "Hey guys, I'm back!" Boom! Like, dude, there are certain things that could make that Avengers movie like, oh shit!
You know what I would like? What I would like is if he does come back, that Hulk recognizes him. Just like Hulk recognized him in the comics, Hulk was the only one that remembered Peter because he called him Peter.
And we still have Hulk and Thor who could show up too.
Yeah, that's
You see what I'm
true.
saying, bro?
But it can't be
There's a
Professor Hulk
little
though.
bit of
I don't
hope,
want Professor Hulk. No Professor Hulk.
but there's a little bit of hope there. A little bit of hope.
I want the Hulk back. I don't want
You know?
Professor Hulk. I'm
Let's
tired
not
of
forget
Professor
about
Hulk.
Ant-Man,
Maybe,
right?
maybe.
There's
Where
some
is
people,
there's question that Ant-Man even made it back. There's a lot of people believe that he was put into a basically a pocket dimension just to be
you see
made
what I'm
happy.
saying? There's a lot of faces that could show up, and we'd be like, "Oh shit, this is like Infinity War."
I hope so.
No,
I
I didn't
hope
even
so.
mention Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. What if they both show up? You see
Oh,
what I'm saying?
if Kate Bishop Hawkeye shows up
You know what I'm
with
saying?
Milena Belova, I'm happy right there. I love those.
Let's say they're all about to get killed. Scarlet Witch comes in, saves them. Redemption story.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be I'd be okay with that.
All right,
I'd be
Marvel,
okay.
you listening?
I'd be okay with that.
Are you listening?
And Marvel's spending a lot of money on writers. You know, I can't blame the actors, and I
Yeah,
don't and I
hire me.
don't
I'll do
dislike
it
the
for
act.
free. Give me a lifetime movie ticket to every movie you come out with. Like I will do this for free.
You know, I agree. We should. We would do it for free. Absolutely nothing. You know, Feige, just let us
Oh,
know any day.
you know, as much as people didn't like the show, as much as she got dogged on, you can't tell me if She-Hulk and the Hulk came rolling in that fight too, people won't get hyped. People would
No,
lose
people
their
love it.
freaking minds.
I love her as an actress. I think she's great. I think the movie just was. I think the show just wasn't well written. I'll be totally
They
honest.
would
This
lose
wasn't
their
well written.
minds if they saw her in an Avengers movie. They'd be like, "Oh, that was the worst show ever." Oh, I liked her in Avengers.
So anyone who's here that wants to have the opportunity to express some conversation, maybe express a little rage. I don't know too.
Ooh.
Go ahead and click on the link and join us. For the last 10 minutes of our show,
You're
we
probably
always Disney will pick the wrong choice. We'll see. But anybody that wants to join us, go ahead and click on the link that I just dropped as Comics and Chaos in the chat. If you want to jump in and join our conversation as to what we have left here to discuss, or if you want to touch back on anything in anything else that we've already expressed, let us know. But as we come into the last 10 minutes, anybody who wants to jump in, join in, do your hair real quick, get yourself made up. Jana, put on some clothes. You know, feel free to stop watching the show the way you do. Get out of the tub. And go she's gonna be so pissed if she came on. Go ahead and hop on in and join us for a few moments here of our conversation, because honestly, at the end of the day, there has been so many things to
Oh,
talk about between the
oh, did you
casting.
see that?
Yeah, that's why I said that's why Hulk remembered. That's why Hulk at the end of the entire arc with Peter getting to renounce everybody knowing him. That's because it was Banner whose mind was wiped. It wasn't Hulk's. And Hulk remembered Peter. And that's why when he goes, Peter, and Peter stopped, he's like, you know me? And like Hulk knows Peter, you know, of course. And that was the big thing. Yeah, that's why I want that. Like if we had that move, if that one moment could happen, I would be super geeked.
Or right of like, you know, if everyone's like, "Who are you?" and the Hulk's like, "He's with us."
That's Peter. You know, he's a good guy. No, he's a good guy. Hulk like Spider, you know, something
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know about this. Maybe if they do what I just said, where you have the elders with the younglings, I can get down with that. But if they just go on just Young Avengers, man,
No.
I don't
Marvel
think
even
they're
said they're
gonna
not.
do it, dude.
Marvel even said they're not doing Young Avengers.
They shouldn't. It's
No.
there's no Sam Alexander. They're missing too many pieces right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Missing
And
too many pieces.
honestly, they need to have that opportunity to come together first before they get slapped with the moniker of Avengers. Um, you have to
They need
you
to
have
go,
to have been an
like I
Avenger
just said,
to
they
get
need to
in.
go into a fight with their elders and take a couple notes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Those were the big hits for me this week, besides obviously also not just considering that, but we are getting May the 4th this Thursday is Star Wars Day. And so we're getting Visions dropping too. So any Star Wars nerds in the chat, Visions dropping is a big deal to me because it's something I really enjoyed. I can binge it all at once. And we even got Theo to watch it. And you know that's some shit if we got Theo. And he actually loved one of those episodes. I think one of those episodes is maybe one of your all-time favorite Star Wars pieces out there was the Ronin.
No, that dude is me. That dude is me. I forget his name, but
he didn't have a name. He was just a Ronin.
there you go. The
He was
Ronin Jedi.
just,
I've been looking for a Jedi I can identify with.
I don't think he's even a Jedi, bro. I don't even think he's a Jedi. I think he's a reformed Sith. I think he's a gray. I think he's a gray that was a Sith.
That's even better because I'm a gray. So yeah, that's.
I just loved how his
for a long time, bro. Like literally, he's got his hair, he's got his ponytail. Literally, when he goes to fight, he doesn't say a word. He just whips out like a katana, like yeah, makes a loud noise like Kylo Ren, you know. And he's pretty good at fighting. But what does it is like how smart this guy is. Jumps off a waterfall, goes underneath it, stabs the fucking Sith in the back. No rules for this guy. He doesn't care. If I can kill you right then and there, I will. Done deal. We're not gonna go do a duel and no. You want to kill me? All right, fine. No rules then.
Star Wars needs anime. Star Wars needs an anime. A samurai like
they knew what was good for him. They'd cast Keanu Reeves as that guy.
Well, Keanu's in line to play a Sith in the new canon.
And he did a good. The movie sucked, but what was it? 47 Ronin. Remember that?
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
The movie sucked, but he did a good job.
I still watched it. I still watch it once in a while. I still like him in it. It was fun. It wasn't a great movie, but
he did a great job as that role.
I've seen worse movies many times. Okay. So I've seen so much worse many times. We've got kids. We know what
I've seen worse with him. Look at Matrix 4. Okay, we don't talk about that. All right, and whenever people tell me, "Oh, Keanu can do no wrong," I'm like, "Did you see Matrix 4?" Okay, because he can.
I don't even know if 2 and 3 were that great. I'll be totally honest, but
when I look at 4, they're amazing.
Well, anything compared to 4 is. You're right. You're right.
It was kind of like the last Bill and Ted's, right? It's like you kind of know when it's time to stop doing the same thing. That's the time you stop doing the same thing. Okay.
You just let too much time go on in between. There was just, the time to do Matrix 4 was maybe within 2 to 3 years after the Matrix.
Honestly, it's why I wish I was at the Golden Apple thing. If I knew that he was going to be there, I live in California. I would have flown there.
Yeah.
I would have flown there in a black suit and shaken that man's hand. I would have done photos, interviews. But you know what I really would have done? I would have taken my 9.8 John Wick. I would have cracked it over my knee and literally got down on one knee and handed it up to him like a fucking crown and say, "Can you please sign this?
Please sign this."
And then I would have told him, "Look, you even said if your John Wick 4 did well and was well perceived, which is the highest grossing one out of all this year, it's got the best Rotten Tomato score out of any movie this year. There's been no other movie that had a high Rotten and high critic audience score.
Yeah.
None except John Wick 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, all the boxes have been checked. When's John Wick 5? Because like you said, if enough time goes by and he doesn't do it, it is not going to hit the same way.
Well, they've got like him signed up for another 3 or 4. Like there's supposed to be like 8 John Wick movies. They're going like Fast and the Furious with John Wick movies.
It's supposed to be 6, but he even said after 4, they are taking a break.
I hope so.
I'm like, bro, you better not take. No, you better
not. Not a long one, but I mean, at the same time, I like them to be special too. Like the reason why I don't like
every 2 years.
The reason I don't like the Fast and the Furious movies is just because every single time they were special up to a point that all of a sudden it was just like, oh, now we're just going obnoxious instead of, like, ugh. But that's just me. I'll be that guy. I'm that guy that's just not a Fast and the Furious dude. But
nothing compares to Fast one.
They just announced number 11, Fast and the Furious 11. I didn't know we needed more than Tokyo Drift. Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, after that, I was done with the Fast and the Furious movies. But 11, come on, man. Eventually we got to stop. But yes, John Wick, if it makes it to 5 or 6, like you said, I'm okay with that. I just don't want it to go into perpetuity. I want to end respectfully with one of our franchises, because I feel like we do that. We do that thing where we let the franchise, because we love it so much, go too long. And then we have to euthanize it publicly in front of everyone with a shitty last movie. And that's what I don't want. Because if we can go out on top, this is like what we were talking about with Marvel. Why can't Marvel let anybody right off into the sunset? Right? Like, why can't anybody just like end high and
we
and
talked about
win?
this like last year, and it's like it's coming to fruition, right? Like once you go so high as like a company or a franchise or something, there's only one way for you to go, and that's down, because you have to go down to go back up, right? Like,
Do you think
I've
maybe
seen it over the years with Disney. Disney right now is at a pretty good low.
do you think Marvel's maybe letting it run right now that way, just so that way they can get back up again? I don't know, but I don't know.
I don't think their investors like it, but probably.
Ugh.
Probably.
Well, dude, it has been a heck of a night. We have hit the magical hour moment with 26 people here still in the chat going strong,
Great
guys.
conversation, guys. Great conversation.
Thank you for hanging out
Really
tonight.
quick update for you guys. We are at this very moment, if it loads, we're at 942 subs.
Oh,
If you have not subbed, liked videos, commented on them with some fire emojis, we would greatly appreciate that. Because when we get to 1,000, we're going to do something special.
and speaking of something special, Theo, we are going to be doing something very special at the end of this month with one of our previous guests.
It is May. Wow. Yes, it is.
It's May. It's gonna be May. So,
you hit the tune on that just a little too good right there.
That's my previous life.
Hey guys, next time we do live karaoke, Phil's gonna sing that song.
Oh man, I'm gonna kill that song. It's almost as good as when I turned on the light and I'm like, holy shit, I'm ugly. But yeah, we've got some awesome stuff and awesome news coming up with Fantastic Comics. So stay tuned, guys. But Theo's definitely gonna be getting a tour.
Yeah, we got something planned. We got something special planned at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, something very special. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be working out some kinks, but stay tuned. And oh geez, look at this.
Hey, better late than never.
Captain Better Late Than Never. Godly Comics.
Yo. I know you guys are gonna get off, but I wanted to say hi. I wanted to join the John Wick combo.
Oh my God, we can't hear you. We can't hear your headset, brother. We can't hear your headset.
Look at this
Try
guy.
a different headset.
Now,
But you know what?
I'll pull an Iron Man Loki. Performance issues, all things considered, about a 5 out of 10.
We'll let him fix that for a moment. But we do have. I think she put her clothes on for this occasion. So this
All
is
right, can
amazing.
you hear me now?
Nada. Hey, what's up, sister?
Okay, so I promised I'd come on here. Here I am.
Hey, you made it.
Theo says my name like I don't even know. He says Jana. It's interesting.
MF Jana.
Jana.
It's
Jana.
Jana.
I will never change.
I'm the only one that gets it right.
That's from now on. Okay. You can.
Glad you made it out, Ryan. Thank you for making it out. We've been harassing you to get out here and join us one of these times eventually. So we're glad that you're able to finally make it.
I feel like an asshole because I always forget because I'm terrible. I work for a law firm, and like during the week, my whole week is just like go. So by the time I like realize you guys are live, you usually are ending it like now. So I'm like, oh, I should have joined. I feel like such a jerk. So here I am.
Yep, here I am too.
Oh, and look, Godly has a voice.
We appreciate you both.
Oh yeah.
So before we go, guys, what are your opinions on Guardians? Are you guys going to see it? Are you guys excited for it? Or are you concerned?
I am going to see it for sure. I am excited for it, but I know that some of the actors in the original Guardians team don't want to continue it anymore because I guess they're spreading apart. So
yeah. So you're concerned. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just kind of like everyone's kind of like they want to branch on into other things, and I guess I understand that part, but just you
But what
know.
does that matter? Like, who cares? Like, let them go. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's gonna make it.
Yeah, let them go, but it's like, you see a lot of actors coming and going and then, getting in trouble, this and that, and it's like who's gonna take the new mantle? So I need a superstar to look up to.
Janet, you don't have to answer, but is your boss's name Matt?
No, it's not.
Strike one, Doc. Strike one.
Bum, bum,
Uh,
ba-dum, bum.
No, I don't know. Like, everybody goes so hard on like the comic book and like the fandom movies, but like, how come we can't ever just enjoy them for what they are? They're supposed to be campy. They're supposed to be corny. Like, they're supposed to be a little funny. They're supposed to be like a little, you know what
it's
I mean?
true. It's
I feel
true, but sometimes we
I
get attached to
like
characters.
like judgmental. Like, dude, like let them just be what they are. Like the She-Hulk show. Like it wasn't great, no, but it wasn't like the worst thing that we've ever seen. Like, and it has to still be She-Hulk, and she is campy and she is awkward and she like you know what I mean? So it's gonna be that kind of show. And I just don't understand like all these people that are supposedly like big comic book people. Like, what do you all expect? You know what I mean? Like what
I think I think I could definitely take it if they'd given me at least more time to get accustomed to it and better write. I blame the writing. I think Mainsley is an amazing actress. I think the show. I definitely had enjoyable moments. I think the ending was off for me. I needed more than 15-minute episodes, girl. I liked it. I don't have a problem with it. I just needed more than 15-minute episodes.
but
My biggest.
the
Go ahead.
same people, but like the same people that go and watch Fast and Furious 11 talk shit about Marvel shit that's going on right now, and it's like
Oh yeah, people
watch,
that
watching
nobody
fake
can go see a Fast and the Furious movie and talk
bullshit.
shit about comic book movies. I don't care.
Like that's just all like straight trash. And like, but then people come and they expect like a Marvel movie to be like an epic cinema. Like, yo, give them a chance. Like they have to rebuild. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
from like,
It's
and
true.
then but the next movie, for all we know, they could say, "Oh, this was another universe," and then they could bring Robert Downey Jr. back. They could bring everybody back if they fucking want to. They really
They
could.
better not.
So, but I mean, they really could if they
But they
wanted
could
to.
if
So,
they wanted
They
to. But
If
better
they
not.
wanted to do this to
character-
you, Rage, they could.
They better not.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
I
they
mean,
better not Ralph Boner me again.
I mean, they might do a little sprinkle in Secret Wars.
No, you remember the Ralph Boner? Oh.
Oh.
so, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like I don't understand why everybody like just rags on it so hard.
I think
Like
that there's
just
something good in every movie. I think that there's something good in every movie and every show. There's different things, and there's different things that are going to make everybody happy. Not everything is made for every one of us, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, and that's something that's rife in the Star Wars fandom right now, right? Like the Star Wars fandom's the worst for that right now.
Oh, the Star Wars fandom is the absolute worst. I can remember when I was younger because Star Wars is like a family staple. Like we are like Star Wars people. My dad, all of us, right? And I grew up watching Star Wars. I remember when the prequels came out, people talked the most shit like ever.
Oh, yeah.
They were like garbage ass movies. They hated them, and now everybody loves the prequel and they talk shit about all the new stuff.
Yes.
And like to me, it's just the same way with Marvel. It's like people love to like down talk the new crap. They like to, be critics and they like to have their opinions matter. And it's like the truth of the matter is that we should all just be thankful that our fandoms are on TV for us.
Yeah.
Like just appreciate what you get. Like
remember the Thor and the Hulk that we used to have? It was just body makeup and a guy wearing a bunch of fur in the 70s,
You know
right?
what the double-edged sword with that is though, and why it should never stop and opinion should always be expressed. Want to know why?
Tell me why.
Because if nobody said how much of a distaste they had for, like, let's say the first Captain America movie in the 80s, they wouldn't know to do better. If people didn't tell them how badass Wesley Snipes' Blade movie was, they wouldn't know how high to set the bar for the next one. You see what I'm saying?
Also
if you didn't tell them how shitty those X-Men movies are, Marvel wouldn't know, oh shit, we got a big job and big shoes to fill right now. Because if they weren't happy with that, we got to make sure they're happy.
I'm not
It's our job to tell them why they did shit. Just like it started out telling me, look, listen, She-Hulk's not supposed to fuck Daredevil. You understand? She's supposed to go out, smash, and not in the physical
She
way.
did smash. She did
She's supposed to
smash.
go out there and beat some ass.
She did beat ass and
So,
smash.
Right?
I don't want to talk about
And hopefully they listen
Figuratively
to
and
the
literally.
racism of everybody in the mass population, and they go with a comfortable medium and do better. That's all we can hope for.
well, like, but like, you didn't like the Matrix 4, and I loved Matrix 4. Like, I thought Matrix 4 was epic because I got Matrix.
I could
And-
just see Theo like,
So, have you watched the first three?
Of course.
Okay.
Imagine
If
not watching
you
the first
watch
three
the
and watching
first
only
three
number 4.
and
Imagine.
you like the fourth one, that's amazing.
Yeah,
But
okay. All right.
But the studio, Keanu, and everybody that's attached to that project, I'm sure is well aware of their Rotten Tomatoes score, their
Well,
lack of money that they made,
well, that
and
was
all
also
of the negative
a-
criticism that they've got. And if they ignore that and do the same thing in a Matrix 5 and get more failure, they only have themselves to blame.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can say, okay, so Matrix 5, if it happens, they can.
But it's rumored to happen, but if they do it the same way they did Matrix 4, with the lack of money they made and the amount of criticism they got, and they don't make those changes, that's just bad business.
But it wasn't a terrible movie, and it wasn't like Keanu Reeves' fault.
It wasn't terrible. I've watched it probably 20 times, even though I say it sucks. And that's just because I'm a Keanu fan. I love The Matrix. But like I always say, numbers don't lie. It is the worst received out of all the Matrices. It has made literally the least amount of money. And it's really gotten to the point where, like, after the movie came out, you didn't hear Keanu do like one interview, talk about it, tweet, nothing. John Wick 4 comes out, bro. You can't see this motherfucker not doing something about John Wick going forward. You saw that fucking golden apple signing berserkers for crying out loud. Okay, don't give me that.
Dude, I wish, like you said earlier, I wish I knew he was going. I would have went for sure, called off, whatever, take
Well,
my money.
I thought we were for sure that Keanu Reeves was playing Darth Revan. I thought that he signed on for Darth Revan, the great.
So
Jeff.
he is signed on with Disney. He is signed on with Lucasfilm, but there is a rumor between the different Darths that he's going to play. It's between Revan and Vitiate. It depends. We're going to the rule of 2. So for those that
He's not going to be Darth. He literally is Darth Revan. Like John Wick is.
Oh
like
yeah.
Darth, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
You're absolutely right. There's nobody more perfect for even than Keanu Reeves. In all honesty,
Keanu Reeves should be Dr. Doom.
Well, I heard that he's on that too, but but that's just speculation. But
as a fellow Star Wars buff, I'm with you, John. I'm with you. I'm 100% on the Revan train.
Yeah,
I'm 100% there.
Oh, you should have saw Rage in Vegas.
So how do you say you don't like a movie and you watch it 20 times?
It is. You realize they released it on HBO Max, bro. So they're looking at the views. They're not looking at the success numbers. They're looking at how many times people
I
watch.
contributed to like 20 of the views. But when you factor
The only
in how
reason
many
that
more
movie's
views
still in
the other
anything's
movies
top
got,
10 is
it's
because
still a
of
shit
you.
show.
The only reason that movie's in any top 10 is because of your views in your house, bro. You need to stop watching it if you don't like it.
Hey, I watch it while I bag board in the background or something. You know what I mean? Hey,
I rewatched John
I was
Wick multiple
bagging
times.
and boarding, grading, and wrapping packages. I had 1 through 4 just play in a row. Okay.
John
So,
Wick's a good movie to review.
John Wick or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. I replay those movies all the time.
I can do that. I can do that.
did you just throw The Hobbit
Hell yeah, I did.
in with the original Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's blasphemy.
Wow. How dare you?
No, how dare you?
How
Are we
dare
talking
you?
about the cartoon? Wait. Are we talking about the cartoon Hobbit?
No. The real live action one. The
Oh,
movie,
no,
actual movie.
I'm not with you on that one either.
What?
The original cartoon was better than the frickin' movies to me.
What?
The only reason I
liked it.
watched that was to watch Sherlock Holmes and Watson, really get into a movie together. That was it. I only watched it for that.
Wow.
It was okay. It was okay.
Both
It was
of you guys.
mid. It was mid. It was
Shame
mid
on you.
at best. I'm sorry, Journey. I'm sorry. But yeah, I
Callie, you're right. It was written first, but what came out?
I'll do. Did you just kick out Jonna?
No.
I was gonna say I'll pretend to
first.
be Journey, and
What came out first was the Lord of the Rings, and honestly, it's the fault of the Lord of the Rings because they set such a high bar with those first 3 movies.
Yeah.
They should have came out with the Hobbit first, and then the Lord of the Rings, and go in order. They kind of pulled a Star Wars, honestly.
And
Yeah, they did.
To anyone in chat, we didn't kick out John. It looks like she got disconnected, so she didn't.
And honestly, that's the biggest fault of the Star Wars movies, right? Is that they went out of order. 4, 5, and 6 killed it.
Yes.
So when episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, it was like, what the fuck is this?
Did you guys like the series in Amazon?
I haven't gotten to finish it yet. I haven't really started it yet.
Power of the Ring. No, I only watched the first couple episodes. I was a little bored, so I just didn't watch. I didn't finish it. I heard it gets a lot better though.
That one, it does get better,
better.
It gets there's a lot of names thrown in there, like land and people and stuff. So
you think, anybody who's not a comic book fan or comic book movie fan, if they came in, they're like, "Are these guys talking about politics? Why are they so heated?" Look.
All right. No, I mean, if you're gonna watch that, you have to really pay attention because what they're doing is world building.
Oh no, I like it, and honestly, it's they're doing the right thing. They're tying these characters into the future and the characters that we care about, that they want to try and move forward with. That's something that that, and I hate to keep bringing it back there, but Star Wars is doing too. Like with the High Republic, we're meeting characters that live 300 years because they'll be standing with Luke Skywalker before the end of the movie series.
It's needed to come out in order. It's needed, especially because think about it. Okay, for those of like us who have maybe read the books or something. Okay, we get what's going on. For anybody that's brand new to this, right? You get them to fall in love with the first 3 movies, and then you tell something that took place before that. How do you expect them to like that? They don't.
Well,
there's so many examples now.
Star Wars movies when they came out. Nobody liked the first 3 Star Wars movies. They were under 12.
Nobody liked it when it came out, but those movies aged like fine wine.
No, they didn't age well at all. The fact was there were 12-year-olds that watched it, and the Clone Wars came out that fixed all of the 3 movies. The Clone Wars fixed. Dave Filoni fixed horrible George Lucas writing. George Lucas writes for 12-year-olds. He writes for 12-year-olds. That's what he does. And Filoni fixed it.
I like the first 3 that came out. Okay.
As a dude that was in college when those movies came out, I knew they were trash. They were trash. It was fun. Clone Wars.
Guys, you see this blasphemy all night.
Clone Wars fixed it.
All night.
Fixed it. This is what we talk about. Theo and I do not agree on a lot of things. This is probably why we actually do.
No one else ages like mold. Okay, this my fucking shoe over here.
There's my dude right there. Dan knows. But yeah, it was Clone Wars fixed that movie. Those movies. That was, I mean, seriously, what did you learn in The Phantom Menace? I mean, besides that, everybody was mean to Jake Lloyd after the rest.
Hey, you know what, Vin? Maybe he does. I got plenty.
No, don't even go there. Don't even go there, dude. I won't go there. Here. I have this.
Oh,
what is this?
I want to see this.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I got time out, bitch.
I'm bringing him back.
It's 1 for 1, dude. What you mean? Dude, today though, I'm not gonna lie. All I did was like after class, I was like falling asleep in class, and I never do. And I was falling asleep, and then when I got home, all I did was lay in bed. Literally, like lay in bed, take little naps here and there.
Did you do him like he did you in the bathroom, bro? Like us?
Not
we opening the bathroom door.
Dude, honestly, when we're there, we got to the hotel. Right. We got to the hotel every night at like 5 a.m. No joke, and then wake up at like 9.
Yeah,
8, 9. I was waking, and sometimes even at 7. Like,
welcome to Chicago last year, Godly. That's what it was in Chicago when I roomed with Theo for the first time.
Dude, Vegas, Vegas.
Next year.
Don't worry, guys.
No. Wait.
But 3 weeks in a row of too much stuff.
Theo, I got a nice aftermath reel I'm going to post up. Yeah, I think you guys will like it.
Or did you catch him sleeping? Did you catch him sleeping before you?
Oh,
Oh, that's my
But
boy.
I'm not gonna say more. I'm gonna keep it very plain.
hey, some of us were there for business and pleasure, and some of us were there for just pleasure, like this motherfucker over there. Okay.
Yeah, I was there for pleasure. What you mean?
All right. Hey, some of us are
No
still
one told
working
you to
over
work.
here. Some of us are still
You had a choice.
streaming. All right. After this, I got to get off and go wrap packages.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
So Como Comic Books knows last year C2E2 was whack. It was there was one, yeah, that was crazy. And there was one night that we didn't go to bed until like 9 a.m. And finally I caught Theo in a fetal position. He fell asleep. He was still smiling. I was still talking to him and he was just asleep. Just I couldn't believe it.
This SDCC this year might be really late, but this NYCC this year might be even more lit than last year. I don't know, dude. Last year at
New York
Nebula,
was special, bro. That was a 3.
at Nebula.
That was the 3 of us. That was special this year. We got to do that again.
It was like 6th grade camp, but for adults.
Yeah, right.
It was
Yeah.
the best.
Como's going to bed, and we're still rolling. And yeah, by the time he wakes up, I'm starting my whatnot stream. There you go.
Dude, like it's so funny, right? Like Rage knows all these whatnot guys. Oh, what are you guys doing out there? Oh, what are you guys doing? Dude, everybody likes to go to bed. I'm like, wow, really? So I'm over here. I'm like, Rage, oh, who's right by your side throughout the whole night? Oh, me, Comic Pops, Guru, Rage, going
Nigel.
out, multiple clubs, multiple restaurants, multiple people, I'm just like, oh, I'm just a different breed, dude.
Meanwhile, I'm working all weekend lining up shit, and you guys are out there.
We did toast to you and Manu. So
I'm gonna savor that one of these days.
I did it on purpose. I said, no, we got to do this for Phil and Manu. I want them to see what they're missing. I did it on purpose.
Yeah, it was a good time. I had business before, man. I can't stay out in Vegas for 3 weeks. I can't.
Dude.
Next year, we've got press passes for CinemaCon. So I've got NAB, then CinemaCon. I can't stay for Vegas either. I won't be at Vegas next year. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, did you just drop a little tidbit?
We have to talk about San Diego too. But dude,
there was some info in the chat.
There was a night. It was right after Area 15 in Vegas.
Like glitching?
Me and Rage.
I hear you. I'm just not confirming. I'm gonna make you sit in suspense, pal.
Me and Rage were laughing with the Joker's gas all night. It was too funny.
Oh God.
We were like really railing Guru so hard, bro. We were teasing him, railing him, teasing him some more. Oh yeah, Guru, you're gonna hear this, dude.
Jeff deserves better than this. Jeff's
gonna watch this on replay. Like,
oh yeah, Jeff, don't forget, bring your passport.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you right now, I got too much business at stake.
I know. You're going to Canada,
we got a lot of business to take care of.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of business. Our business just kind of peaked the last 24 hours, bro. So you gotta.
You know what, Godly? Way to use like the wrong type of word. Look, yeah, really? Okay, look.
To be clear, I was not in Las Vegas, everybody.
It's an expression Godly's using for us teasing the crap out of one of our friends.
Oh man.
Okay.
We
didn't touch or violate anyone.
No, we didn't. We were just we're just like double teaming him the whole time, laughing away.
I'm out.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. So yeah, next week expect to catch us at the normal time and day here on Comics and Chaos.
Sunday night, baby. Sunday night. Oh, dude. Golly, thank you for making it out, homie.
I think we have a special guest coming next week.
I know. I was laying in bed and I'm like scrolling on YouTube and I was like, oh, they're live.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like,
and Jana, I know we lost you and we appreciate you making it out too, sister. Her phone died.
That was her first time on, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. She's like blowing up my phone. She's just like, I'm so sorry. My phone died, so I apologize. And yeah, we love you, sister. You're
appreciate you. Thank you.
Great. We miss you. But yeah, it's obviously Lex is no stranger to the two of us. He is always there. always there. And one of these days I'll get to hang out with him solo. But until then, I'll just keep on ride or dying with you, with Theo, when I get to tag along. But
Well, I'll see you
yeah,
at San Diego, and I'll see you at New York for sure.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
And you're not gonna go to sleep early at New York like you did last time.
Jeez, Dan.
Jonna loves Dan too. But yes, we will. And yeah, I'll be up for New York. New York was special mostly just because when we got back, the Hala cart was still there. It's still open.
Yeah.
That made
Best
me
food in New York, chat. Still, I've been to a lot of cons. Still to this day, the best food is in New York.
Oh, the halal guys.
Hands down.
good.
no competition.
None.
No competition. No.
Man, I really had a good time at New York. Like, the con is okay, but afterwards with friends,
The con was okay, but it was 100%.
Oh, I don't know. And actually, I had this debate with somebody in Las Vegas, and I got schooled. So you guys ready to learn something?
What's
Yeah.
that?
I don't know how the debate came up, but somebody was like, "Oh, New York's better than San Diego," and I was like, "I don't think so. I think San Diego's probably better." And they're like, "No. If those two cons went on at the same time, I bet you New York would be bigger." And I'm like, "No way, dude."
Oh,
We literally pulled up the attendance.
no, not
Listen.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie. Remember that. Last year, San Diego Comic-Con had an attendance of over 80K.
But they also sent everybody back.
Hold on. New York Comic-Con, though, had over 130K.
No, it was COVID restrictions. COVID restrictions totally changed those numbers. That person
it is what it is.
Find out who they were because they were full of shit. Because
I'm inclined to see. Like how Mega did the C22. They both went at the same time. Like I would love to see what would happen.
I want to know who that was because I would like to bring.
Okay, hold on.
I'm still going San Diego.
Historical numbers because COVID, because of the restrictions, a bunch of the tickets got turned away and they never re-released them. They kept the numbers down. That was the lowest attendance of San Diego Comic-Con in decades. So this year might have sucked, but that person was full of shit. And I will call it out here.
See, this is why you should have been there.
San Diego, 100%. That person doesn't know how to count. So I'm just saying, it's historical. San Diego is always
at San Diego. You have the biggest vendors there, and you have the most exclusives there.
Exclusive vendors, dude. You can get a Lego that's $30,000. You can't get shit. I couldn't get anything for $30 at New York.
All right, I'm gonna say this.
I will.
I'm gonna say this not to like throw punches or.
I'm
gonna say this for people that don't sell on Whatnot. Okay. If you took out Whatnot, just took them out from San Diego and New York, and I buy and resell. If I went to San Diego and I went to New York, and let's just say I'm not like a Whatnot seller or anything like that, I'm just like a normal Joe Schmo, I'm gonna make more money at San Diego than I will at New York.
Everybody makes more money at San Diego.
I'm being honest. And if this is like you're not like in Whatnot getting those free books, exclusives, and all that, if you're gonna just go head to head, I'm a Joe Schmo. I want to make money. San Diego is where it's at. New York, it's up in the air.
New York's cool, but San Diego is an event. San Diego is the reason why every single person in Hollywood, every single person in television, every single person in comics, every single person in clothing, in everything is at San Diego. Comic people are at New York. Cool. Congratulations. And then and what do we get at New York? 80 billion variants. Everybody destroying pretty much most of the market.
Igor makes a good point. That's because STCC is near LA where most creators live.
And it's a better con. And it's a better con because of
I will give this to New York though. They do have a bigger artist alley. They do have a bigger.
There you go. Ryan just said it. And we already said they got better food. Parties. And I might have to agree with that.
No, the nightlife in New York is a lot better because they close like at 4 the clubs. In San Diego it's 2.
Yeah, the only thing better Only thing better about New York was the after parties, the afterlife, the afterlife. I wouldn't even say the
Yeah.
after parties.
Oh,
The
yeah.
afterlife is 100%
Everything was
better.
so close
But
by.
conventions can't compare. Conventions can't compare.
It's
The money
self-fulfilling.
that you can make.
And I
the
will
things
agree
that
with
you can
Godly
do-
on the Artist Alley at New York Comic Con.
It's a lot bigger.
It's 2-3 times the size of San Diego.
And it's more expensive for the vendors to go to New York. So they don't even want to go to New York.
No,
New York
not just
charges
that.
more.
At San Diego charges a lot for a booth.
I know, but New York's charging more for even less access with and honestly, I'm just gonna say, and it's probably going to go over poorly, but it's everybody that thinks they can order, 50 different variants and have everybody care about them that goes to New York and things like that ruin the con for the most part, 100%. Just watered the entire experience down because I didn't care
New
about
York.
I didn't. Well, did I buy it?
In New York, there was way too many.
Oh, I did buy an exclusive at New York, but it wasn't even for me. It was for a friend. So I didn't even buy books.
No, we both remember. No, Godly, we both bought the Sabrina.
Oh yes, actually, I lied. That is the only book I bought for myself. Was that Sabrina metal cover? That was the sickest exclusive there was, and it was numbered. I like how it's numbered.
I still think it's.
But that's it, right?
I still have it by Spectral Comics.
Yeah,
that's just it. There was nothing. Everything else was noise. There was so much noise there. Everybody thought that they were all of a sudden an unknown, a KRS, one of these big guys that can drop 11 variants, and they've got 100 followers on whatnot.
You know what was pretty. What was pretty nuclear this year though?
What
was that John Wick that came out at C2E2?
What's that? It wasn't John Wick. I think there was a licensing issue. Now Lex is there now. He got it.
No, I got it now.
You know, right? If you know.
Not fake. Imagine.
Imagine.
That went from blue label to green label. I know which one you're talking about.
No, I got signature gold labels on those on its way back to me as we speak.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Acetate Gate 2.0.
Hey, I didn't put a limit and it sold out in 2 hours.
That book got crazy buzz.
Man, Rip it. You see me drop an exclusive, we're gonna have to be concerned.
I can't see myself dropping.
Yeah, get in line, guys. I will be the first one to slap Phil upside the head.
Yeah, I can't drop an exclusive. If I ever dropped it, it would never be a Nerd King. Maybe a Comics and Chaos here with Theo and the gang. But Nerd King, nobody wants an exclusive of mine. Nobody wants to buy something like that from me.
There's actually, I would, if Humberto Ramos agreed to it, but I know Marvel and Humberto wouldn't. But if they agreed to it, I would only do one. But I know they wouldn't do it.
No, that's the same thing, man.
If
Jay Scott Campbell came to me and said, Phil, I want to do a cover for you for an exclusive. If Jay came to me and said that, okay.
But yeah, there would be like that one. I'm like, all right, I'll do it if you guys agree.
Jay Scott Campbell says, Phil, we're going to do Gen 13 all over again, and I want to make my first exclusive variant for you. Jay Scott Campbell comes and says that, then you will see a Nerd King cover drop. But until then, it ain't happening.
With your fat logo on the back of the cover.
No, my logo would never be anywhere on it. It would just be subtly
on the back.
It'd be on the inside cover or something like that. I don't want it. I don't want it to distract from the art because it would be a wraparound. I would want it
wraparound. Virgin.
Jay Scott Campbell.
How do you want it? Virgin.
All Jay Scott Campbell. Okay, nobody wants to see my ugly
little
face.
Hologram in there.
Embossed. Imagine.
Make it foil.
Glow in the dark. Let's keep it going. Imagine. Would it be a female?
Could you imagine a Fairchild glow in the dark wraparound cover? Gen 13? That'd be dope.
Ooh, make it a spot foil.
Make it a what?
A spot foil.
Oh.
Or you could do a shattered foil.
Oh God! Now we're getting stupid. I can't.
Oh yeah, I can't do shattered. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know you could do? Hey, look, here's a biscuit.
I think the shattered comics are cool. I just can't be the guy that does it. I'm not that cool.
Here's a little biscuit for the chat. If anybody could figure out how to do this, it would probably be nuclear. I'm sure somebody's already thought of it. There's no way I thought of it first. But what if you did a wraparound metal?
That would be
Can you
very
do a
hard.
wraparound metal?
I
It'd have to
don't
be able to
know.
open and close. It'd have to have like latches on
It
it.
would have to be one on top and one on the back. But how would you do the spine thing?
You wouldn't be able to
Hey,
do
that's
the
not
spine.
our job to figure out, but there's the idea.
I mean, it would have to be a continuous piece like an acetate.
It hasn't been done yet.
And with hinges.
They're done.
Oh no,
Cover
they're done.
price. I need a DM. I need a photograph of what book this is.
Magnetic spines. There
I
you
need
go.
to see this.
That has to be a
spine.
strong magnetic. Sure.
I don't know any meta comics. That would be my first.
That would be a lot of people's first right there.
Look at all these friends in here, guys. Dan,
look at all these
Cover
guys. Look
Price,
at these guys.
Left, Legion, Vin, Colossus, guys. Thank you.
I
for
read the
hanging
chat.
out
I read
tonight.
the chat. I read the chat when we're talking. I
Good
just
boy
don't
has
splurge, I don't
double
splurge
now.
it out while people are conversating, but I do read the chat.
That's cool.
We appreciate you guys making it out. We were ending this show 40 minutes ago, and then Captain Late
Phil.
Pants over here shows up.
I'm surprised. Like Cover Price, they're doing really good on picking certain books that are hitting the market pretty well. Because there's certain books in my mind I don't tell people about, and I see it like, you know how they have like that spreadsheet of like 30 pictures in one photo.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, there's one of my books right there. I can't believe they caught it. I'm
Well,
very
we've got-
surprised on how they choose their books. It's actually like legit choices. I'm like,
They
"Alright."
are. We've got about over a dozen people that write for us. A lot of awesome people are actually getting more writers right now, and all they do is they look over the numbers from the last week and they point out things that they like that they're seeing and things of that nature, and they write some really awesome articles on the Week in Review. So.
And it's crazy because I'm comparing like, okay, what's this person saying about these books? And then I see Cover Price, and there's like when I watch certain books, I watch every single book to the penny. And there was one book, I'm not gonna say which book, and there was only a couple sales, and one of those couple sales was mine, or like not sold, but I bought, and I'm like, damn, I can't believe they picked that up. There wasn't that many sales on it, but how did they freaking know? You know, so I was like very like, let me see this AI generator that they're pulling out there.
You know what, guys? It looks like most of the chat kind of is agreeing with this, and we're not sponsored, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah,
if you guys don't use Cover Price, go and check out Cover Price.
Yeah, I'm saying this legit out of my heart. Yeah, they're doing good on choosing like the top 10 and like the spreadsheet picture that they post on their Instagram. I'm liking what I see.
So I might have lied.
I had to point that out. Yes, I do work for Cover Price, but
I do not. I said
no, they don't. They don't. And Cover Price doesn't sponsor the show. But I can say 100%, you know, as the guy that gets to watch them in Slack, godly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because they're just sharing books back and forth all day, and they're talking about books every hour, every day. These writers are amazing. So, you know, shout out to the team.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
It's like this conversation right now. That's it 24/7. It's ridiculous. I just sit back and I'm just like, please talk about that book because I'd really like to talk about that book and have somebody write the entire thing for me. It's gorgeous.
Dude, there was another one where I'm like, no, why'd you mention this book? What? Or like I'm hoping like no one sees it or just chooses that book and just starts buying them up, you know?
Yep.
So because there's certain books, like there are more than others on eBay.
Oh yeah.
And certain books that I go for, sometimes they're not so heavily
how do I
populated.
get a Cover Price sweatshirt?
You don't have a hoodie yet. I haven't seen a hoodie yet. We should, because it gets cold up here.
Black hoodie with like the blue and white logo.
Yeah, no, that'd be sexy.
Oh yeah,
that'd be sexy.
It will be.
Yeah. Well, these were at New York. So this was my New York pickup. They had a few hats in New York, and I got my first T-shirt in San Diego.
Yeah, shout out to Cover Price. They're doing great.
I
just want to say that to you, Phil, because I know you're with them. So.
Well, no, I appreciate it.
Always
let them know for me. They're great.
Always a pleasure.
Always doing great, man. But for all those that are still here, unfortunately, the Phil train is on the East Coast time frame.
Yeah, so we gotta cut this.
We
I gotta
gotta
go to sleep.
we've got to cut for the night, unfortunately. But thank you for
Make sure you
everybody.
like,
that's
comment,
making
and
it hung out.
subscribe, chat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out. Godly, do you have anything big going on this week? Everybody should know about.
No, honestly, I haven't made a video about it yet, but I just been focusing on my weight, my mental, school, external extremities, all that stuff. Just lining up things beyond the comic book realm.
That's awesome, bro.
So, I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much,
Dude,
but
we're gonna be here. The point is that you're healthy and that you're gonna be here long term too. We're gonna still be
yeah,
here.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I lost 40 pounds. I'm gonna lose like a couple more. So
Killing it, bro.
thank you. And but yeah, I mean, nothing going on this week. I have like my last exam on the 22nd of this month, and then I'm gonna take my last class this summer, and then apply to this program. But anyways, I digress. That's what's been going on with me lately, and yeah. But I honestly, Vegas was definitely needed. I had so much fun with Rage, Guru, Tom, everybody.
Awesome.
Comic Pops. Dude, we had a blast. Nigel too. Ooh.
Good.
So yeah, it was cool. And it was what I think out of all the nights, one of the nights that were very genuine was we had a dinner, me, Jeff, and Rage. That was a
Good.
really nice dinner. So
Heck yeah, dude.
yeah.
What about you, Theo? What do you got going on this week?
What don't I have going on? So I got to finish wrapping about 100 orders. I got a Whatnot sale on Wednesday, and I'm shooting for an IG Cling sale on Friday.
Nice. Well,
what about you, Phil? What's going on?
I might be at Indiana Comic-Con this weekend, in Indianapolis.
I'll watch your stories.
And we got, we'll see. Gonna go hang out with some of the IU crew, and get to work. We got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of business to be done and a lot of planners to get created, and I can't really wait for playtime. So in the meantime, everybody's signing off. Let's hang out on a good note. Thank you for making it out, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, and
one quick thing. Just know who's daddy when we play Fortnite.
Okay, we're done. This guy's out of the show. Catch you later, everybody.
Almost setting up at Indiana. Stop by and say what up to.
Say there. See you there.